What is content moderation? Who decides what's allowed or not on digital platforms? Well, platforms moderate themselves through an increasingly globalized industry of human moderators and through moderation algorithms. Governments moderate through policy and legal measures, and platform users, by accident or design, moderate one another too.
In our paper, we address a different question. Where is content moderation? We argue that content moderation has been too infrequently localized, and in this paper we summarize our early results from interviews with 12 content moderators out of over 3,000 place-named or neighborhood Facebook groups across Greater London. Our analysis is diverse, but we can highlight 4 key emergent themes.
First, neighborhood Facebook groups are venues for folkloric interactions and dynamics. For moderators, what's appropriate or inappropriate, allowed or not, is often based on tacit understandings of a local culture, which might be quite different than Facebook's global rules.
Second, the moderators we spoke to often sought to curate their local group. They saw their role as stimulating contributions and conversations, and often around the normative ideal of a local community, just as often as that might be about policing content.
Third, local moderators tend to share some perception about their power to support or detriment certain groups. They could see that the rules they established could, for example, help or hinder local businesses, or rule in or out certain types of political discussion.
And finally, local moderators sometimes face potential physical or place-based harms. They and their group members usually share the same geographical turf, and we've heard accounts of, for example, verbal abuse at the local pub, physical violence, and even human feces being left outside one moderator's property on a repeated basis.
Our research offers one of the first systematic studies of moderation practices relating to neighborhood social media spread across a major metropolitan region. But we would also argue that our phenomenological approach might inform research on online content moderation and platform governance more generally. Our approach to localizing content moderation is not one of placing moderation into pre-given geographical locations. Rather, it's to see locality as a kind of orientation produced through situated practices of moderation. If we take the place of content moderation more seriously, we not only take a more context-sensitive approach, but we might also better grasp the limits of large-scale moderation, whether by platforms or governments, or through human or algorithmic interventions.